Hey everyone, thank you for being here. I know there's a slightly different angle to this video and the phone every single time, but you know, it's almost like a plug and play. So that's kind of where I am. I'm not savvy. I don't have a bunch of equipment. It's my phone and a microphone, so you can hear me. Okay, and that's why it might be a little tinny, and I'm sorry about that. All right, so let's get to this. This is going to be your Wednesday reading. And when I was making my coffee, I specifically got this really bright, sunny yellow mug because I kept thinking, let your light shine, be the sun, be in the sun, all those things, you know. And we just had summer solstice in this hemisphere. Yet, while I was making my coffee, it felt like winter. It felt different. And I thought, okay, this deserves a reading. So that is the vibe in the current. The current is something to do with winter. And I feel like it's going to be healing that's going to take place. So there's going to be some kind of personal level healing. I'm hearing the word, this could be nice. I'm hearing the word attraction. I am hearing, what else? Yeah, seriously, that's a good way off for those of us in this hemisphere. So for those of you where you just went into winter, congratulations, you might be having a little bit of fun. Okay, so, but this feels like it's more than just like a physical dalliance, okay? This is something serious. This is something, and if that's not what you want, if that's not what you're looking for, make it fit whatever you want, because something is changing in winter. We are going through a change as of this week, but, and when I say we, I'm part of the collective too, so, but it's not, because some people are going to do the big change this week. Some of you, it's going to be later in the year, and I do understand that. But the reading for yesterday really felt intense that it was going to be this week for a whole lot of you. And also I feel as though it could be toward the end of this year when that, I know in another reading recently, I keep getting that sense of a passing, and it's going to be an older person by natural causes, nothing out of the norm, but it is going to be, I think later in it's going to be the latter half. I don't know when exactly, because it kind of gives me my head starts pounding, so that could be part of it. I don't want to dig into that too much because the person's still alive. Let's honor the living. So anyway, but point is, for those of you who are in that category, I do feel like it could be that after that, in what in this country will be the winter months. So that's like, it could be November, but it's more likely late December, but more than likely 2027, January and February. Okay. All right. That you're going to have this big shift within yourself. Something's going to happen. And I'm also hearing a status is going to change. That's kind of big. So a status is going to change. So between attraction and a status is going to change, it could be that you come into your own, or you find that forever person, you know, or your person in air quotes, which, you know, most people hate. So, yeah, let's get into the reading. And if I didn't introduce myself, hi, I'm Holly. I'm a psychic medium, energy reader. And this is your general reading. These are all general readings. Please understand that they are general readings. Do not take anything that does not resonate with you. Or if you just don't like it, just say, no, I don't want that. Put it out there, let the universe know, and they won't bring it to you. Validation. I just got a real high-pitched whoosh kind of go up this ear. All right, now, oh yeah, and check your subscriptions, please. It's always about this time of the month that subscriptions tend to fall off, and it's kind of odd, immediately because it's like clockwork. The subscriptions fall off, everything falls off, and then it comes back. But it takes about a couple of weeks. So I don't know what's going on with that. But, I'm glad to have this format. I'm grateful for that. So, yeah. All right. Yeah. It's about time for me to eat because I'm starting to get really jittery and high-strung and a little fidgety, which means I'm hungry. But not yet, because this reading is really important. I feel like this is going to be an important reading. They're all important for one reason or another, but this one feels like it's going to be particularly portentous. And the portent is that I just heard January, so it's not even going to be February. In January, you are going to have a status change, and man, there's going to be some attraction. It's intense attraction, okay? All right, cheers to that. Because, man, I am feeling old. I'm feeling old this week. So, anyway. Then again, I am. So, there's that. All right. Ooh, that's good. There are benefits that come with age. You stop caring. Some of the stupid stuff, the petty stuff. But in this country and in many countries around the world, we do live in an ageist society. And it can be difficult. Okay. So let's see. What just kind of flipped out in a big cluster there? Oh, and the one on top is in my hands too. Ooh, nice. Okay. Let me put my glasses on because I'm old. And let's go ahead and see what we've got here. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we have... This is kind of cool. Didn't we start out with this card in a different deck? Okay, I don't know why I'm losing my voice too. But I think we started out with Two of Cups with a different deck in yesterday's reading too. So that's going to be the basis of it. Two of Cups. All right. For those of you who are not looking for your Two of Cups with someone else, and that is not a karmic relationship, that is a spiritually based coming together, two hearts, two minds. You're still individuals, but you know each other at a core level. You're just like, I know you. Okay. So if you're not looking for that, or you don't want that, or perhaps that's not part of this lifetime for you, and that could very well be soulmates, and that I'm using that so loosely. But they don't have to be a romantic partner. It could be a pet. It could be a child. It could be a friend. It could be no one. It could be multiple people. There are so many variations. Anyway, but the point is, this is not a karmic relationship. Lord knows we've all had enough of those. So this is a truly divinely guided and led. So be careful what you speak as an affirmation into the world. Sometimes if you're too negative about relationships, then you attract karmic cycles and karmic relationships, because it's like, okay, you want to learn another lesson? We'll give you another lesson, since that's how you're talking. So yeah, be really careful about the words you speak and the thoughts you hold about yourself and what you deserve, because I can tell you, you do have a perfect soul. It doesn't matter what you've done in this, well, it does matter what you've done in this life, but not in terms of the corruption of your soul. Very few times have I seen truly dark entities walking the earth as humans. It would take less than the fingers on one hand to count. Most are just wounded individuals. So that's a whole different story. Anyway, so be careful of the words you speak about yourself and what you want. If you want something that is just for you, maybe you want a booming and phenomenal career, then that's great. But if if you are looking for something that is maybe more heart-centered in terms of a relationship that is more than a friendship, then be careful of the words you speak, and be careful and notice if you have patterns with what you're attracting to yourself. Okay. Let's see. What else? Oh, yeah. So this is not going to be a karmic. This is going to be a divinely guided, fulfilling. Let's use that word. It will be a fulfilling companionship, not one where you have to do all the heavy lifting. I've been there. I've done that. Okay. And as strong as I like to think I am, I'm not that strong. Okay, so yeah, no more heavy lifting for me. All right, so yeah, two of cups. Now, there's something else going on here. What is it? What is it? What is it? Is there something else I'm supposed to say about that? I can hear a baby crying right now, and there are no babies in this house. You can believe that. But I hear a baby crying. I have no idea why. Is this a child from? Is this a real child that's out in the collective somewhere, or out in the world somewhere? Because babies cry. That's what they do. Yes. I just heard yes. Okay. It's to let me know that an adoption is going to go through. Why couldn't you just say that, Spirit? Got all alarmed. Okay. So an adoption, a little side note here, activity is ramping up, as you can tell. Someone's adoption is going to go through. You are going to be a loving and wonderful home, or whomever you know who is working toward an adoption. This child just won the lottery of family and parents. So good for you. Good for all of you. All right. Just a little side note. Happy adoption. When is the adoption going to go through? July or August. Okay. It will be a baby. It's not going to be like a 2 or 3 year old. No. Okay. All right. Temperance. It may have some withdrawal. It may have some addiction issues at birth because of the birth parents, and that's going to sever the rights immediately. However, there will not be long-lasting consequences cognitively if you're concerned about that. And this child is probably going to go into the work of being a therapist somehow to help other kids who are in similar situations. It is important that you, as a parent, or if you know these people, please let them know. They'll know this. They're smart. But let them know that this child will cry a lot because of the addiction issues, and that they need to be a teetotaler their entire lifetime. They have too many genes stacked against them. Okay? All right. Now that makes sense. Why I heard the baby crying and what's going on. All right. Thank you, Spirit. Now we're going to get back to the reading. All right. 2 cups. Let's get back to that. Is this what's happening in winter? Okay. We're back to the winter story timeline. It would be summer for everyone else that's across the world. All right. Temperance. Because I really don't think it's that soon for you all either. Okay. Temperance, yeah. After 2 of Cups. Oh, finally. That's nice. So someone is getting ready to come into balance in it's for once in this person's life, and I almost said in their lives, but if this is your reading, you will know it when the time comes. And I know this is pretty far out in the future. I mean, this is a good, 6 months off, whatever, 6 months off. It might even be New Year's or New Year's Eve. It doesn't mean it's not going to start before, but by New Year's Eve and the regular Gregorian calendar, basically New Year's Day, there's going to be a lot to celebrate. So it's got to happen beforehand, because you just don't up and marry somebody you meet at a New Year's Eve party or get engaged. That wouldn't make sense at all. I hope not. So anyway, you need to make sure, and well, you don't need to do anything. It's a general reading. But I feel like it's going to start before that. But make sure that that doesn't happen until after the turn of the year. Okay. And for once in your life, what I was going to say, you will know this is yours when it happens, because for once in your life, you're not going to have any, oh, I hope this works. You're not going to have any trepidation. You're not going to have any the questions, the nagging, lingering little gremlins that chew at you. You are going to feel as though you both are bringing something to the table, so neither one of you have to do the heavy lifting exclusively. And that is wonderful. That is absolutely wonderful. All right, next card, the Wheel. Oh, which would mean balance and temperance. So we have the Wheel next, Ace of Wands, and a King of Wands. Now, King or Queen, it doesn't matter. It's King, it's Queen. It's a courtly, fiery person. Now, that Court card, the King of Wands, coming on the heels of the Ace of Wands, that's the beginning and the end. You have finally met the person you're going to be with forever, if that's something you want. Now, again, if you don't, translate that into whatever else, the community, a friendship, the family member, the child, the whatever, the pet. Although pets usually don't live as long as we do. Yeah. It is, well, here's my take on that if you want to know. Yes, they have souls. Yes, they feel pain. Yes, all of that stuff. I actually knew someone who asked one time, and I thought, are you kidding me? So, yes, of course, we will see so many pets when we cross over. I hold that very closely. And I keep telling them, don't incarnate again, because I want to see you when I get there. So, pets do have souls, and they are enlightened beings. Please understand that. They're basically taking one for the team when they incarnate to be with us. All right, so what was I talking about? Oh yeah, making it fit whatever you want. See, this is a clear sign. It's time for me to eat. I'm starting to just be real flighty. All right, now. You may question a few things before this happens. You may question if it is going to happen at first. Because you are standing on a precipice. I just heard, that's what I heard. It feels like you're looking over the edge of a cliff, and you feel like you're about to tumble down it. And you think you're the only one, but you're not the only one that feels that way. A whole lot of people feel that way. And it's not that you're going to save each other from anything, because you'd both be perfectly fine. That's what's the beauty of this. You're going to come together and enhance each other's lives. That's good. I haven't had this overt of a relationship reading in a while. I mean, it's always some mishmash of stuff, and it could be this, it could be that, whatever. Usually the Two of Cups is in a reading for coming into union with your higher self and your human self and just living a wonderful life. This is straight up romance and commitment. Okay. Now, what else have we got? What else? They don't want me to use this deck. All right. Which other deck? Okay, this is kind of odd. The Divine Feminine Oracle. Okay. So who do you need to call on would be the question with this particular deck. Who do you need to call on to help you understand what you need to do? I'm sorry, I need some chapstick. It feels a little rough. I'm gonna try this one. Oh yeah, there we go. All right. Who do you need to call on? Real world stuff, you know. Okay, who do you need to call on to get help with this or to keep your thoughts clear? Because let me tell you, that's hard. That is really hard. We are our own worst enemies, and sometimes we can be so down on ourselves. So who do we call upon that will help us to understand, or for the collective? Who does the collective? And I want to get a couple of cards so that you have options. What are the options for the members of the collective? Creator of all things, please come into this space. Imbue me with your wisdom and knowledge. Give me options for the collective to provide to the collective. All right, thank you. Right off the top, Queen Esther, the Morning Star. My ego is in service of my soul, and I trust my soul's divine timing. There you go. Kuan Yin, the goddess of compassion. I recognize suffering in order to release it. Curiosity breeds compassion. All right, we're going to do one more. Let me have four because I feel like I need to take this one on top. Lalita, the red goddess. Playfulness is a spiritual power. Laughter leads me back to the light. And you can call on all of them if you want. And then in the middle. Okay, I'll tell you why this is all significance right now. Or significant. Marguerite Porete, the mystic of divine love. Love is divine, and I am nothing except love. How you like that? Okay, the reason why this really strikes me as pretty amazing, the two cards, the first and the last. My grandmother was born Esther. That was her name. She always said, Esther's the name of an old woman. I don't like it. Okay, Grandma. And then she also said, don't wear your hair in a bun. It ages you. I'm like, okay. Okay. But she was funny. She had a really dry sense of humor. So funny. So anyway, so she was born Esther, but she decided to change her name to Marguerite. This is actually what's on her tombstone. Okay. So she thought Marguerite sounded a little more spicy. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, anyway, these are the four that when I asked for the creator of all things to come in to identify beings of light that we could call on or you could call on, and male or female, it doesn't matter. We each have a masculine and a feminine side. So, Queen Esther, Kuan Yin, Lalita, or Marguerite Porete. Porete? 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 I don't know. Porete. So, if you want to look up any of them, if you identify with one of them, this is the deck, the Divine Feminine Oracle. Beautiful deck. And it's one that I absolutely love. So, when you come into understanding of who you are, that's when doors open. Embrace who you are. Embrace everything about you. And I'm right there with you. I am the biggest naysayer about myself. I hold on to so much stuff. It's ridiculous, okay? However, when you learn to truly understand how wonderful, how magnificent, how perfect you are, it doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter your size. It doesn't matter your age. Every single person is beautiful in his or her own way. It's the soul energy that is the spark of life in every single person. Things are going to change fairly soon in your life. Again, for some of you in yesterday's reading and the day before, I think, it was this week. The week you're seeing this. For others, it's going to be much later in the year. But by January 1st, because I do feel like it is the 1st of January when this happens, when we switch over to a new calendar year, you are going to understand everything that's happened that's led to this point. Everything. Every obstacle, every beautiful thing. It will all start to make sense to you. Okay. Well, that was nice. All right. I will be back with another reading for Thursday. I have a feeling it will be very different because this one really needed to be, whatever's happening needed to be said. So the main advice from Spirit is think how you describe yourself. Think how you talk to yourself. Think what you say about yourself. I'm right there with you on that one, okay? Other people's messages to you don't matter, whether they're good or bad. We place so much importance on what other people are saying, and we don't need to or have to. You contain everything you need within you. You have everything you need within you. And I'm going to say that again because I need you to hear it. You have everything you need within you right now. And if someone needs some dental work, because all of a sudden I'm getting a pain in my jaw, which is not mine, and I normally, you might want to go ahead and get that taken care of and out of the way so you can enjoy the rest of your year. Like I said, random weird stuff. Okay, that's it. And you have a good day. And I am sending you love and I am sending you gratitude. Thank you for being here. And I will... That's weird. I just said, well, we'll chat later. I will have another reading for you tomorrow. A free reading, a general reading. Only take what resonates. Okay. Thank you so much. Bye.